All right, so let's dive into the understanding of OAuth authentication and its vulnerability. Okay, so imagine you have a classroom with the three important roles: a student, that's supposed to be a normal user, a teacher, for example, that's an authorization server, and a classroom assistant, for example, third party services like YouTube. So the student or the user, that is you, the person who want to access your YouTube account. And the teacher, that is the authorization server. This is like the gatekeeper of the classroom. It verifies if you are allowed to enter and what you are allowed to do. And the classroom assistant, that is YouTube. This is a service you want to access like YouTube, which has all the videos and playlists, right? So now let's say you want to access your YouTube account from a different app or different service. First, you tell the class assistant or YouTube that you want to access the account. That means you will request the access first, right? Second one is authorization request. The YouTube will tell you to go to ask the teacher that the authorization server if it is okay. And the third one, you ask permission. You go to the teacher and ask if you can access the YouTube account. And the fourth one, teacher checks. The teacher asks you for your credentials, that is username and password, to verify your identity. Next thing is permission granting. If the teacher is satisfied, they will give you the special token, access token, saying that you are allowed to access this YouTube account. Finally, you show this token to the classroom assistant, that is YouTube, and it lets you in what to watch your videos or upload new ones. So just like in a classroom, there are ways someone could try to cheat the system. For example, phishing attack, impersonation, or token leakage, or weak authentication, or unauthorized access. So, by understanding these vulnerability, you are taking a precaution like a strong authentication test, protecting the access token, and double checking the permission. So, YouTube can keep your account safe just like a diligent teacher guards access to the classroom. So, what is OAuth authentication? Simply, it's an open authorization. It's a widely used authorization framework that allows third party services to access user data without exposing their credentials. It's commonly used by platforms like YouTube for authorization and authentication purpose. And open authorization operates through a series of interaction between three parties: the user, the client application or the third party, and the authorization server. User, client application, authorization server. Okay, so the workflow typically involves the client application request an authorization from the user, and the user authenticate with the authorization server. Upon successful authentication, the authorization server issues an access token to the client application. The client application presents the access token to the resource server, for example, YouTube in this case, to access the user data. Okay, I hope you understood the concept of open authorization, and let's do some lab for OAuth. Okay, so just wait. Okay, authentication bypass via OAuth implicit flow. So let's see the lab. And this lab uses OAuth service to allow users to log into the social media account. Okay. Flawed verification by the client application makes it possible for an attacker to log into the user's account without knowing their password. Fine. Here, to solve the lab, we have to log into this account. We got a mail ID, but we don't know the password, and this is our credential. Fine, let me access the lab. Okay, I'll start the burp. Yeah, let me copy this. Okay, just wait till it's completely loaded. Okay, yes. So let me open the browser also. Just wait to the browser get open. Okay. I hope that I'm recording the audio also. Anyway, let me paste it here. So in the proxy, okay, let me go to my account. Now you are redirecting you to log in social media. Okay. So while clicking my account, we have to complete the OAuth process, right? So let me log in with Veneer and Peter password. Sign in. We like to blog is requesting so you access your profile and email. Continue. So now we came back to the blog website itself. Okay, fine. Now let's go to the HTTP history in the proxy. And here, mm, let me check whether any. Yeah, here there is a parameter passing, right? Token also passing here. Can you see that? It's make up for OAuth flow. Okay, so let me right click this and to the repeater, and let me check. Okay, and go back here. Also, there is a parameter passing in the authentication page, right? So let me right click and send to repeater also. Yes, here we can see an email ID, username, and the access token is passing, right? Okay, so let me change this email ID into our what's his name? Carlos mail ID. Okay, victim's mail ID. So here is our victim's mail ID. Let me change this. Okay, I've changed to victim's mail ID, and let me send this. 3 not to found, that means the redirection. So follow redirection 200. Okay, right click this, show response in request in browser in original session, copy this URL and paste it here. Okay, let me go to the my account tab. Lab is not solved. Username is way near. Oops. Once again, let me copy this. No, let me send this again. Off. One second. Right click this, send to repeater, and in the repeater, and once again, copy the email ID and paste it here. Send this. Right click this. Show in the original session. Copy this. Paste it here. Yes. And we go to the my account. We have logged in as the user Carlos. So in this case, we don't need any password. Okay, so they are trying to log in using social media account. So as a attacker, first I logged in using my account. After that, I saw a request, a post request that passing the email ID and the username and also the token. So simply I replace the mail ID. Okay, after that, I send this request and I got a redirection 3 not to found, that is redirection. So right click this request in browser in original session, copy this. When I paste it here, I automatically got logged into the victim's account. I hope you understood the concept of OAuth authentication flow. Okay, so you have to do one thing. You have to complete the balance labs. Balance, you will have 5 labs in the OAuth vulnerability or OAuth authentication. So please try to do that. If you have any doubt, you can ping me in the WhatsApp itself. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.